Okay, welcome back guys. So we have two slider images here added successfully, which is nice. And we want to go to the front side and add them here. So what we need to do is replace the images that are there and this text here. So I'm just going to grab the view that displays, that's the home view, homepage view. So here, hero slider section. So very obvious, of course. So let's see what's happening here. Okay, so we have post slider image 2, we have 1, we have 2, we have 3. So this is pretty easy. We just need to replace these guys. And let me see, I want to see if there's anything really different between one of these and the second. Because if there are some differences between these sliders, then we can simply grab we don't need to create a loop. Instead, we can, the same way we did the slider thingy here, the input where we put 1, 2, 3, 4 forms, we can do the same things here and put 4 of these. But if they're exactly the same, then we don't need to. So let's see here. Everything seems pretty much the same. So I can prove that by looking at this and Control D, and I can see it's selecting exactly the same. Let me try here up to where the URL starts. Let's do that. So that too is the same for everyone. Let's try this. That's also the same. But here there's just text content, so it's different, and that too. So really the difference is the text and the URL to that. So what I'll do is I'm just going to grab what's this one? I'll delete this one and see if things, oh wait a minute. Okay, we have 2 buttons here and swipe up pagination. Okay, looks fine. So what I'll do is I'll delete one of them and see if things go wonky or if they still work as intended. So I'll remove, and as you can see, it adjusts itself to 3 only. And there are no errors whatsoever. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe there was an error. No, it's the link. I clicked on the image instead. So it's still working just fine without that one. So let's go a step further and delete 2 of them. So we have only 1 item on the slider. Refresh, and it works just fine. Just doesn't even have, it just refreshes to itself. So this is pretty good. The coding of this one was done very well because it accounted for situations like this. So it means if I want to add more images, I can just add more images and it will adjust accordingly. But what we want here is to just confirm if we have images. So I'll put an if statement. I forgot my PHP tags. And just say if not empty. We're looking for, I don't know, we're just going to call it images like that. Okay, and here as well, I'll do this, PHP and if. So this should only show if images exist, but actually the whole slider should just disappear if there are no images whatsoever. But I guess it makes its own adjustments, even though there are these sections that. So what we will do is I'm going to duplicate these 2 guys, and then I'll carry one. Section starts here and ends there. So I'll move the end if to here and move it like this. Okay, great. Then I'll move this one as well to the top like that. Okay, so that the whole thing just doesn't show if we don't have images. Maybe that will get rid of the gap, and yeah, it did. So if no images, nothing shows. But if images are there, it will come down here. Then we can do a loop over here. So I'll just do this and say images as image like that. And I'll change the if statement to a for each. So one image will contain the source data. So here, this one will contain title. So I'll do this and paste and do that. But always good to escape this information. You never know, it may interfere with your HTML. Same thing here. In fact, let me just copy this. This should be image title, like that. And I'll grab this, copy, go all the way here, select and paste. And this one is description. Okay, cool. And finally, we have this takes us to a link, but let's just put a hash for now. We can always put another link there. And then the background image now is right here. So in this one, we're just going to say get image. Let's paste that. Instead of escape, we'll use get image. And then put, just in case the image does not exist for some reason, even though the record exists. Okay, just that should sort things out. Okay, so nothing is happening because we actually didn't grab this item. Now we can create, because you see images, this is a separate table. So we can create a model for this, but I think it's overkill because the only things we're doing with it is just reading. We're already saving things as it is, so I don't think it's necessary to... Oh, we do actually have a slider. How can I forget this? We have a slider model already, so let's use that baby, shall we? I'm going to grab here, copy that. So on this one, we're going to the home page. So the home controller, click, and this is where we are. And everything here done quite well. But at the point here, let's just say load slider images. And let's do that. And then we just want to get all images, right? So say images is equal to slider. What where clause can we use here? Disabled. So we just want to make sure it's not disabled. So we'll use the where clause. And in there we'll put disabled is equal to 0. Grab all that are not disabled. But we're sending this through data. So let's do data and then images and then close that. That should solve our problem. So back to the home page and refresh. Oopsie daisy. So that class was not found. Really? Okay, so let's go to the slider class and see what we are missing. So it's in the namespace model, so that's cool. So how come it worked on the other one? Anyway, regardless. Here it worked, I guess, because we are in the same namespace, I guess. No, we're not even... Oh, we imported it from there. Okay, I see. So back to home page. We could actually just do that. Let's just say use model slider. So home page. Let's put that here. And then we'll be able to use it as it is. Alrighty then, look at that. Everything seems fine. And our slider is working with 2 images. Now if we want to add a third or a fourth, let's click there. And my man, let's try this one. Yeah. Let's go to here. And let's come back here and add some more text. Cool. Where is this? Where is this? Bam. And let's save. Very nice. Okay, and back here, refresh. Now we have 3 images. Look at that. New. So the last image you added, I guess, starts goes to the beginning. You know what we can do to change the order system? Wait a second, I just thought of something here. if we go to the database or the model, actually, you see these functions here. We have the update, we have the find all, it has an order by, and also this one. It has data, but it has order by, limit, and offset. Now, this can be hard to remember. So instead, what we'll do is, let's change things a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll grab these guys from there, copy, and let's go to the top right here. Instead of protecting, let's do public and paste. Okay, so public order is equal to that. So let me put a semicolon. Let's do another public limit is equal to that. Another public offset is equal to that. Okay, that way we can grab them from here instead. And what this will allow us is a more elegant solution. So what I'll do is try to find where I'm using these guys. So I'll Control D. Okay, so order here is irrelevante. Instead of grabbing it from there, I'll grab it from the top there. So I'll just need to use this like that. And of course I need to put, wait a second, I need to put a, no, I don't. I'm getting confused here a little bit. Okay, so order here as well. So let's remove that as well. We are using limit and offset. Are we using offset anywhere here anyway? Maybe not, but let me just remove it from here. And here I will do this. Like that. Okay, cool. Where else do we have it? We have it here. Order. Let's remove that. And let's put this. Okay, that one is done. Let's go to limit, Control D. Let's remove it from here as well. Let's use this. Where else do we see it? One place. Okay, great. Let's do offset as well. Fine. Oh, Control D. Actually, don't use offset anywhere. Well, regardless. So where here, we're going to need to use offset at some point. So where it says limit, let's duplicate that and say, change this to offset. Like so. So offset default is 0, that's fine. First doesn't need a limit. Limit should always be 1 since we are getting just one item. And find all, we may need an offset here. So order by this order, and then we say limit this limit, and then offset this offset. So these are for pagination. We will need these things for pagination. Okay. Goody. So let's leave all that there like that. Okay. Okay, so why was I even changing this anyway? Yeah, it's because I wanted to change how these are ordered. As you can see, the last item comes first. So if you want to switch this, you want to change what comes at the beginning, you change the order. Now, instead of us putting things here like saying order descending, because it's hard to remember which comes first, is it the limit or the order or what, that becomes a problem. So instead, what we would do is right here, before we ask the where clause, we can just say slider and then do this and say order, and then change that order to ascending order like this. That way when we run the thing, it will grab that because it's right up here. So we can change it because it's a public thing and we have it there. So descending is the original. So when it comes back to check here to find we've changed it, and it will use that. So as a result, we are going to have to swap these guys. So as you can see now, this starts first and then that goes last. And let's finally just add one more image just to be sure things are working Fine, and we can move on from this section. Which one haven't I added? Added this one, that one, and maybe I don't know what to add here. Let's add Riri there. Why not? Let me grab this, paste, and let's grab that. What happens when we put too much text anyway? I want to see what will happen. Save changes. Very cool. And back here, let's refresh, and there we go. So let's see Rihanna. Oh, so it just trims it out. Okay, very cool. Things are working as intended. Our slider is done. So let's continue and add categories here. Then we can even use that to select the courses that we want. So I'll see you in the next video.